Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
John Steinberg.
Here.
Monica Rivas. Here. Steve Ford, not feeling well, he's excused. Clyde Allen.
Here.
Laser.
Item 4, citizens' comments.
John Roscioli.
John Roscioli, 11545 14th Avenue. I'm here I applied for the Kenosha Area Convention and Visitors Bureau Board, and I just wanted to let you know that I was trying to get more involved with the community since I've been here. This will be my 3rd year, and I'm planning on staying a lot longer, and this is just the first step, and I hope you guys approve. Thank you.
John Braig.
Mr. Rojas, gentlemen, I'm sure you're all aware that the city of Kenosha has established or enacted a moratorium on replacement of utility equipment in the city right of way. I don't know what these ordinances or statutes are for the village here, but I think we're approaching a little different situation, something that you may want to review or look at. I asked that it be put on the agenda for the plan commission at our next meeting. Something I learned just today. I've mentioned before an installation on Cooper Road just north of 85th Street. I spoke to the crew today, they got kicked off the job site because the resident has not been paid for the easement to place that equipment there yet. So they came down to our corner, around Phil Gooden's property. I spoke to Phil this morning. On Friday, he received a request that he grant an easement to the AT&T. He hasn't acted on it yet the installation is going in. His yard and my yard are already muddy messes, the street's a muddy mess. We're talking about large boxes and equipment, which apparently the telephone company wants to place more just off of the road right of way than on rear lot lines as we're accustomed to most utility equipment being. But these are big boxes, I think they're ugly. I can recognize they gotta be somewhere. But I think it wouldn't hurt to review what the ordinances are. Another thing which frustrated me on a number of occasions is generally the utilities contract with contractors to make the installation. They're gone. You complain about the site and they say, we did everything. We cleaned it up, we put topsoil on, we got seed. I want to tell you what they really did. They added about 4 inches of pure clay to what was good sod, good growing grass, sprinkled just a little bit of black dirt over it so it at least looks dark, and you throw grass seed at it. Some of this stuff is a couple of years old and there still isn't grass growing there. When you call up and complain to the utility, they say, it's not your property. It's a municipal right. So I think another thing you want to look at is if this site isn't restored decently. And by decently, I mean sod, not grass. You know, who waters the lawn out from the corner of the roadway, especially if you're trying to nurture or start fresh grass. It's one thing when grass is established. To get fresh grass seed growing, it takes almost daily attention. So I think these are things you're going to want to look at.
Bob Babcock.
Bob Babcock, 11336 Lakeshore Drive. I see we've got a couple of people that are Irish up here. At the last board meeting, the subject of televising the village meeting was on the agenda. And I want to thank Ms. Uhas for arranging to have that done. And I would like to also thank Mr. Polikoff for and his staff for the preparation they did on the fly. He referred to his staff as professionals, and I most certainly agree with that statement. There's not been anybody at the village here that I've had to deal with that I would consider to be professional. I'm glad to see that you also said the subject is going to be addressed during the next budget session. And to assist you in your budget discussions, another one of the communities that is considered comparable to Putnam Prairie is Germantown, and they recently told me they televised their board and planning commission meetings, and last year they spent a grand total of $4,736 to do it. Also, I requested Representative Cruiser for his views on televising, but he's still not responded to. During the board conversation, it was brought up that the village needs cameras in their squad cars much more than televising meets. The police officers are being shut in their area, and that squad cameras are necessary, and may even be a deterrent for that type of behavior. I completely agree with that position, and I think that most every citizen in Pleasant Prairie would also agree. And I'm sure the board felt that all the new items and the increases that they put in the 2008 budget were important, but for the 2009 budget meetings, I certainly hope that this important officer safety item is included and passed. At the end of the discussion, Mr. Steinbrink voiced his opinion regarding having the same comments come up over and over again, that Mr. Polikoff and his staff had spent a lot of time and money preparing a response to this televised comment. And it appears that your comments were aimed at me. So also it appears that I owe the board an apology, the entire board. So I apologize for all these dumb, stupid comments that I make over and over again. I've wasted the board's time that could have been spent on important items. It also cost a lot of time and money for Mr. Polikoff and his staff to provide the village response. When I first commented on televising, if this would have been turned around, or Mr. Steinbrink was standing here and I'd been sitting up there, I would have just told him that because of the cost involved, televising would have to be a budget item, that he was welcome to make any comments at budget hearings, and that any information that he could provide at that time to assist the board in making their decision would be greatly appreciated. And it would probably cost a solid dime to do that. Finally, I'd like to make another one of my dumb, stupid citizen comments that I seem to bring up time and time again. And that would be to thank John Steinbrink Jr. and his great snowplow crews for the fantastic job they have done again this year. They've always greatly outperformed the neighboring communities, but this winter, when faced with a record or near record on the farms and snow accumulation, they've even not even outperformed the neighboring communities. They probably even outperformed the entire state. Mother Nature put them to the test, and they aced them. And I think they deserve a hand for a job well done. Thank you.
Babcock.